If you've been following this channel for a while, you already know that I've been slowly trying to find good quality wireless third-party controllers for a lot of my retro consoles. And today's console I'm shopping for is the GameCube. When it comes to wireless controllers for the GameCube, there really is only one option that you could go with, and that was the WaveBird. And unfortunately, that controller is no longer being made. I sadly do not have one myself, and trying to acquire one is getting harder and harder these days, and especially if you happen to find one that's in good condition, it can be a bit pricey. Fortunately, Retro Fighters has finally launched a new wireless controller for all my GameCube needs, whether I'm playing on original hardware or not. This right here is the BattlerGC wireless GameCube controller from Retro Fighters. You can currently find this on their site for about $45, and it comes in the following colors: black, purple, or this one right here, orange. I kind of regret buying the orange one instead of the purple one because it doesn't necessarily match my GameCube, and hindsight being what it is, it would have been nice to see how accurate they got the colors on this. But oh well, that's what I get for buying off of impulse. Now, before I dive into the review, there are two versions of this controller. There is the BattlerGC, which is the controller I have here, and then there is the BladeGC, and they're basically the same exact controller, same price. The only differences being that the BattlerGC is more intended for people who want to play Super Smash Bros., and it has this sort of joystick configuration, whereas the BladeGC has the joysticks down here and a larger D-pad affixed right here. Anyways, out of the box, you get some documentation, the controller itself, a USB-C charging cable, and two 2.4 gigahertz adapters, one being specifically for GameCube or Nintendo Wii use, and the other for PC, Switch, or if you like, even the Steam Deck. My first impressions with this controller are very similar to that of other Retro Fighter controllers that I've used in the past, meaning they don't feel premium per se, but it's definitely not cheap in the hands. The thumbsticks feel fine, although maybe not as springy as the original GameCube thumbstick. I am happy to be ditching the little C-stick nub, however. The D-pad, while still small, is ever so slightly larger than the original GameCube controller, so it is a welcome improvement. 2Z shoulder buttons and pressure-sensitive triggers are perfectly adequate, but they do lack that satisfying click at maximum press that the OG controllers had. Nice. Now, playing GameCube games with this controller did admittedly take some getting used to just because the sticks aren't the original OEM sticks, but you do get used to it pretty darn quickly, and unless you're like a pro Smash player or something, I think this controller will do just fine for pretty much anybody who needs one. The controller is comfortable in the hands, the vibration when playing is nothing special, but it's there, and the advertised battery life of about 10 hours seems to be accurate compared to my playtesting anyway, so no complaints on that end. And one area where I'm personally impressed with this controller is actually the face buttons, which arguably is probably the one thing that you absolutely have to get right when it comes to emulating a sort of replacement GameCube controller. And I really think they did a solid job here with the size, placement, and the feel of the buttons. They're really nice. Now, while I did buy this controller to use with my GameCube, if you want, you can use it with the Nintendo Switch, like I said, using that USB dongle. It works perfectly fine with the Switch, but unless you're really into Smash or something, I don't see a very practical application for using this controller with the Switch. I don't know, that's just my take anyway. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. Now, where I do think this controller could really come in handy is for those who want to play emulated GameCube games on either their PC or Steam Deck. You dirty pirates. I tried this controller out on my Steam Deck playing some Metroid Prime as well as Zelda Twilight Princess, and it worked great, no complaints there. And because it's connected via the 2.4 gigahertz dongle and not using Bluetooth, there's no really discernible latency, at least not in my opinion anyway. I really might have to buy another one of these because the more I look at it, the more I regret buying the orange one and not the purple one, and now I really want the purple one. All in all, I think that Retro Fighters really knocked it out of the park with this one. I really don't think there is a better option out there right now, especially for that price. It's a great wireless GameCube controller, whether you want to use it for original hardware, the Switch, or emulation. And yeah, I'm very happy with my purchase. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this controller and other third-party controllers like it? Do you think I made the wrong color choice with this controller? And do you have any questions about this controller that I neglected to talk about in this video? If so, leave a comment down below or hit us up on Twitter or our Discord community server, which is all listed in the description down below. Be sure to let us know if you like this type of content or not by hitting that appropriate like or dislike button. It really does help us out a lot. But yeah, that's enough rambling out of me. Thank you again so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, to really anything nerdy in between, be sure and subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.